Right, welcome to Fortune's High and Down Under, another show after our Brighton victory. Finally, the hoodoo has been broken. I'm with Dave and Matt. How's your week been, boys?
It's been alright.
Good start?
Yeah. I lost my semi-final on Friday, the Brisbane over 35s Division 3 Grand Spectacular semi-final. But obviously things got better Saturday night. Yeah. What about yours? You had a semi-final.
I had a semi-final too, mate, and we also lost 3-0. So it weren't a great.
All the best teams go out in the semis.
no good semis over the weekend.
No good semis. If I could reach the final, fucking hell, it would have really gone tits up. Really. What about you, Dave?
Mate, my week is defined by how West Ham do, and given the way West Ham are going at the moment, mate, you cannot argue, can you?
No, I mean, let's get into the game. So obviously we haven't won there for, I think it was 13 games.
I was there last time we won Monday night.
6-0?
2011 or 2012 at the Amex, because we had a weekend booked and it was scheduled for Saturday, and then they fucking moved the game to a Monday night. Kevin Nolan scored.
I thought our last win was 6-0.
That was the last home game. The last time we won
game,
there.
right, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Kevin Nolan scored 1-0 Monday night, and it's fucking quite remarkable that we haven't beat them since.
It just shows what sort of a club and what a team they are.
They're the new Southampton, aren't they? Like a few years ago, Southampton were, selling their players on. Every time they sold one, they got big money in and got stronger. Brighton are like that now. What they just sold Casado or whatever, and Trossard last year. Yet they never crumble, do they? They just
sold McAllister as well.
Yep.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But look, it was fucking great, wasn't it? I think all of us, despite the predictions that we gave,
excuse me, don't talk about predictions. I got mine bang on the preview show. I said 3-1, fuck it.
Well, I never gave one because I couldn't work out how to get into the fucking studio, could I?
That's true,
But no, I think we were all pretty apprehensive, optimistically thinking we might sneak a draw or possibly a win. But it was fucking convincing, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, really. I mean, you look at the way we're playing, like we look deadly on the counter-attack at the minute, and that's the difference between this season and last for me at the moment. See how that goes, but right now we are looking pretty devastating.
Yeah.
I think that, the stats came up after 30 minutes, and I think we played 13 passes to their 220.
It was the lowest number of passes completed in the first half of a Premier League game since Watford in 2007.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
13 passes. Or it might not have been 13, but it was something.
Well, it's 13 in the first half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to their 220.
And yet, after 65 minutes, we're 3-0 up and coasting.
Let's go back to the first goal then. So, Antonio, what performance.
He's a beast, isn't he? And that is, we know as West Ham fans, that is what you can get from Antonio.
But he can't do it week in, week out, surely.
But he's done it the last 2 weeks, so let's give him some fucking credit.
Oh, 100%. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to put it on him every week. Surely we need someone else in. But
I agree with that.
Talking about the game, he chased the defender down. James JWP put the ball into the channel, and he bullied the defender off.
Yeah, he did.
And he made that chance. Yeah, Antonio, that's what you're going to get from him. And back in the day, you would have seen Antonio balloon that fucking ball straight over the top of the stands, or he's putting it wide.
Yeah.
And he lovely put it into the path of JWP.
But you know the difference, right? James Ward-Prowse carried on that run. He played the beautiful ball. He ran his bollocks off to get in a position to receive the ball. Because what usually happens, right, that ball goes to Antonio and there's no one up there with him.
True, very true.
And that's because we play so deep. And you saw the same with the second goal later on with Ben Rama, how he had to really hold that play up, which he also did very, very well. Yeah. It takes time to get from your own bloody box up to their box to create a chance.
100%. And I mean, alright, so great first goal for JWP.
Yeah.
Awesome. He, as you said, he carried on his run. He was strong. He
got a bit of luck, but he bought that luck, didn't he?
Yeah, and he did the crossed hammer sign, which I was very impressed with. I like that. I'm always going to like seeing that because it shows passion. But that was his what was it?
50th
goal in the Premier League as well,
Yeah.
and he scored it for us. So I was very chuffed with that. And it wasn't a free kick. Again, we haven't had a free kick that we have seen from him yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You know what I mean?
interesting. Do you think that sides are playing against us now, trying not to give away free kicks in?
That's
in
a good.
dead
That's a good
space?
shout. To be fair,
Is that a
You would
tactic?
try not to, yeah. I think it's inevitable that they will.
But you know, when we had Payet, right, you thought, if we get a free kick just outside the area, it's as good as a
Yeah,
penalty, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
teams are thinking now? Don't give West Ham a free kick.
give us a
just
fucking
outside the
corner,
box.
mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, then.
Drive on a 50
Pretty
pence.
good.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Like, but no, great first goal. Going into the second goal.
Mate, I want to talk about the second goal.
Go on, I want you to.
Because honestly, I don't think it's had anywhere near the fucking hype that it deserves. That goal was fucking spectacular. Bowen's touch and finish was
Fucking hell,
as good as anything.
I think we just said our first spectacular on the show.
It was fucking brilliant. The ball from Antonio, the way that Benny held it up when there was nothing on really, and you know he could have tried to take it past the full back and lost the ball. It was just counter-attacking fucking perfection.
But you spot the finish wasn't with his left foot, like the outside of it, like it was with his right foot. It
Right,
was
can
like
I go back to this then? As a striker myself,
Yeah.
like I've got to be honest, I've never run as fucking quick as him, but the length of the pitch he ran, right, and he sprinted to get to that ball, and the way he slowed himself down, took that touch, and then second touch was on the outside of his fucking right boot, unbelievable. Like what a finish and what a goal. And as you say, going back to Antonio won that ball back from their fullback.
Yeah.
Like, and then lifted it, and you could see that he couldn't run anymore. Like, and he was like, "I'm just going to give it to you, Benny."
Yeah.
Benny dealt with it, and then Benny just looked up, found him, and what a pass. And there's been a lot of talk about Benny, and I'll tell you what, with Benny, he really did find the pass, but having Kudas come in is a different story.
It is. And look, I was speaking to you before, and I like Benny. I think everybody does. He's hot and cold. He's probably become more hot than cold, but you're still talking 60-40. There's a lot of time where he looks a bit.
But do you think with competition that might lift him a little bit even more?
Possibly, but I think you've got Kudas coming in off the back of a European hat-trick. He goes straight in the team.
Yeah,
he's got to.
He does for me.
Yeah.
Whether he does for Moyes or not, we'll see. But
we'll go back to Kudas later because we're going to talk about the transfers. But with the Bowen goal, fantastic.
Yeah. And Antonio's, another fucking brilliant goal.
What do you reckon?
Brilliant goal.
just smashed it into that bottom corner again, didn't he?
It wasn't
the turn.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't even a finish for me. It was the
whole
fucking
move.
turn.
The whole move. Just come into a nice ball, and Jared had to chase that down as well and
It was
get
like,
that over to him.
But I know this is going to sound really bad, but the way Antonio plays, it's like Stevie Wonder can see what he's going to do.
Yeah, but no one can do anything.
No one
about
can
it.
do nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about him.
Yeah.
But it's like the turn was so exaggerated. It was like as in slow mo, and then he's hit it. But as I said to you before we started, like them shots that he takes, it's either going in Rosehead or it's going miles wide. And the last couple of weeks, he's put it exactly where he fucking.
I reckon those two finishes, the last 2 weeks, are two of his best 5 finishes of all time.
Agreed.
Because
Agree with that?
yeah, he's not going to hit 2 better shots than that.
They're definitely up there. Yeah, he's scored some good goals, but
Much better than his first goal.
Yeah, John's first ever goal.
Yeah.
Someone alluded to that the other day, didn't they?
Did anyone think that anyone from Brighton troubled us?
Not overly. No, Ferguson probably deserved a goal.
He was my pick.
Yeah.
In the preview.
And that save that Areola made from him was a fucking cracking save. But I don't know. I think we contained him pretty well.
We did, and like that, Minotama's obviously got a fair bit of pace and skill on that left, and he gave Soufal a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
But I think the way we played, very narrow, we actually pushed them out wide, right?
Yeah.
We kept them where they weren't going to be a danger.
And then our centre backs were coming into cover.
Yeah.
And it was like double up, which I liked. We we really played the game plan really well. I thought.
Well, I thought we did.
Like our defensive work was very well played out. Our new boy Alvarez. What do you reckon?
No nonsense, isn't he? I mean, he's not got the flair that Declan had, like taking the ball out the back and stuff, but gets those blocks.
Does he need to though?
No, absolutely not. I think that was a luxury for us as a team. It's panning out. It looks like it was a luxury for us that we didn't actually need.
Did you call him his fucking name?
He's number 41.
Number 41,
Number
the
41.
bastard.
Number 40, cunt.
Yeah. North London wanker.
No, I thought Alvarez was quality.
Was puffing a bit towards the end, wasn't he?
Yeah, but did you see the thing that he did in our box?
Yeah.
He jinxed 2 players and fucking played it out. So you can't say that he's not a ball player.
Yeah.
That means
I think he is.
That means he's confident on the ball.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, when he jinxed past him 2 players to take it away from our 6-yard box, that is unbelievable midfield play.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's good on the ball, absolutely. I haven't seen in any of the highlights reels I've watched of him sort of driving forward like number 41.
But as you say, do you really need him to do that?
No,
I don't think so.
Not when you look at the players that we've got now and will have available to us. You don't need him driving on.
No.
You've got Kudus and that running at them.
The only slight negative I would say is I was really pissed off when Brighton scored. I thought it was completely fucking avoidable, and Alvarez looked a bit fucked. He was slow getting out, and I'm not blaming him per. Like,
no, because I'm going to say something quickly about this, right? Alvarez, did you remember at Oggy? Someone was going, you need to change it because he was fucked.
Yeah.
And that proved it. That goal proved that we needed to make that change quicker.
I mean, and it didn't matter at the end of the day.
It didn't.
You know, he would have been nice with 3.
But if the players are saying you need to change it, they're not going to say it without intent.
No.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think Moisey should have listened and gone, you know what, stick 4 nails in there. It will fucking work his bollocks off.
But he looks quality. JWP looks quality. Alvarez looks quality.
Everyone's talking about James Maddison being sign of the season. At the moment, for me, James Ward-Prowse is right up there.
I think they're talking about both of them, to be fair. I mean,
I don't think many people are talking about us.
Don't you reckon? Okay. No. I've seen a few articles today that have put JWP and James Maddison.
What have you been reading? Telegraph?
Financial Times.
Financial Times. Fucking hell.
It's in the article next to my stocks.
I think because Tottenham is such a apparently higher class team that they want to make him the sign of the season, which at the moment I don't agree with it. Going on to
and we missed a couple towards the end. You know, we could have been sat here talking about a 4 or 5-1 win.
Oh, definitely. We could have got 4-0 up at one point.
But Antonio missed one and Bowen missed one, and you see Moyes when he missed.
So, but I said this to you, didn't I? I said when Bowen missed that last minute 1-on-1, he actually alluded to it saying he would have put it away because he did it in Prague.
Yeah.
But when the camera panned to David Moyes after that, and it was the end of the game, he looked seething.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fucking brilliant, because I want that to be the standard of what.
Yeah. It does seem like the bar's
because he did look pissed. And we just beaten Brighton, who we hadn't beaten for so many matches away from home. And we just won 3-1, and he looked so pissed off because he just missed that chance.
You know what, though? I think David Moyes is a man of very high standards. Just because we don't play up to those standards every time, it doesn't mean that that's not the standard that he's setting, and that he's not fucking pissed off about it when they come in.
Yeah,
like, he's not saying go out there, defend for your life and create nothing.
Yeah.
He's saying go out there, defend for your life, hold your line well, and create something and take your chances. Last season we just weren't taking our chances.
Yeah.
This season we've started taking them.
Yeah, I mean, Emerson. For me,
he's quality.
He's a colossal.
He's quality, and he's getting better and better. I think you mentioned it had been sort of 15 games going back into last season that he'd been class. I'll be honest. When he turned up, I thought he would be a squad player. I thought, you know, he's not bad. He's not great, but fuck it, one of the first people down on the team sheet now. For me.
It is for me.
Oh, I agree.
Like I thought he was brilliant.
And he's got European trophies hanging out of his arse.
He's got more trophies than appearances. I think he came to us with something like 100 career appearances. That's much
every
bench
trophy
warming-
that anyone's ever
how
won.
much bench warming he's done, and he's literally got every trophy there is to win.
But what a man! And I think the way he drives forward is unbelievable, and the way that he can pick a pass as well.
Yeah,
he's a tidy player.
He is.
So
He links up well with Paquetá too, doesn't he?
Paquetá. So
What you got to say?
I love that man. I love him. Like he epitomises everything that. And I think there's a question later, and I'm just going to answer it now. Like someone said in the comments on our channel Facebook page about him going down and theatrics and blah blah. We didn't have social media in the time Di Canio was around. We all watched Di Canio. Di Canio is exactly the fucking same, and we hold him in such high regard. So there's no fucking difference in my eyes. I think if you're going to do it, that's the sort you play with ball. So if he wants to roll around, fucking let him do it. Because at the end of the day, we are winning games, and he is playing fucking brilliant football. So that's a look.
I agree totally.
And you can say, we're all I've
got one thing to say.
Go on.
No, the only thing I'd say is like when it's a slight flick to the head like that, and then you go down holding your face. I don't think Di Canio would have done that, and he was very theatrical. But
are you fucking joking?
Yeah, mate.
The geezer sat down on a pitch once because he didn't get
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So totally stroppy, but I just don't think the play acting from a flick like that. But that said, I think it was a moment of wonderfulness. And a little bit, don't quite like that. All in one go, wasn't it? And I guess you get the package with him, don't you?
You got to expect the package.
So
that's exactly right.
Where you're coming from, right?
Like you've got to expect it. Like you've got to expect it. And do you know what? He might do that, but he'll put in fucking the 50-50 challenge and go bang straight through the geese.
He's a hard working fucker.
He is, isn't he?
Absolutely. It was
Yeah, and it's saying something when we're talking about who the best players of the game were, and he's probably third or fourth or fifth. In terms of the performance of that game, Areola was.
I reckon sell him to City, to be honest. We don't need him.
You got I don't know, Bowen, fucking Antonio, Areola.
Oh no, let's go on to the big man.
Go on.
Right? So he got some stick from his counterpart Fabianski saying that he should be number one. Right. After the last two performances, Areola has definitely cemented his first place starts.
I agree. I think he was quality. That save I think it was from Ferguson that he tipped onto the bar. I don't think Fabianski saves that, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
I think Fabianski's great. Anything down low, he's one of the best.
But even Areola's getting them now.
Yeah. But Areola's he's got more of a presence. He's bigger. His arms seem longer.
It's because they probably are, mate.
he nearly dropped one, which fucking
that was
the shit out of me.
So
he looked a bit stiff, didn't he?
His friend, he was trying to get a fag.
Stiff
Areola.
We all love a stiff Areola on this channel.
We do. But, but so we had that one, right? He dropped that one. He had a bit of a wobble, just a one mistake in the other game he played.
We don't mind a wobbly Areola, right?
Wobbly Areola. How long is it till he does make a gaff, though?
Yeah, but who gives a fuck?
Who gets a job? And makes a right tit of himself.
And that's what you're saying. It's like how can you with the geezer it's a goalkeeper's job. You are going to make a mistake, and if you are going to make a mistake, 100%. It's going to be highlighted.
Yeah.
So if Soufal lost the ball, you are going to see that you're not going to bring it up later on. You're not.
I think for me, I like Fabianski. I think it was a bit shit that they didn't speak to him about the fucking change.
But we don't know that.
Well, we don't know. But the last two games, you just think, right decision's been made. Yeah. He's made 3 saves in each game that have stopped goals, and that would have changed the game. So, all fucking good luck to him.
Well, I saw a post on a Brighton page that came up on the sponsored thing today, and it literally they were handing the game to Areola. I think that it was titled "Bloody Areola."
Yeah.
I posted.
No one likes bloody Areola.
No one likes a bloody Areola. But I said, what about bloody Antonio? What about bloody Bowen? It's like you got ripped in your arsehole, I'm afraid, boys.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just Areola. You stopped your scoring late on, but you conceded.
Back to the game as well. Like I do think we had 3 chances that we should have put away.
Yeah.
So going back to the stats, I mean, May You got the stats.
We had 22% possession against 78, which is pretty low. But and like I say, the first half we had fucking 13 touches or whatever it was. But the fact is, we're coming away with 3 points, and we've not just nicked to 3 points at the end of the game.
We scored three great goals.
We've scored three great goals. We've been winning the game for pretty much all of the fucking game.
We didn't look out of it, did we? And I think this is the thing. Like, I heard from a few different fan channels and stuff. Like, they obviously go to the games. We don't go to the games. We haven't got that luxury. And we watch it on TV, and we're like, it is a little bit like, fucking hell, please. Like, but at the end of it, it's like, yes, thank fuck that we won that, and we scored some cracking goals. But when you're at the game, it's a different story because you're in the hype, and it's like you get them breakaway goals. Football isn't just about possession-based football. It never has been. It's how you fucking win the game, and we've got that low block that we play really fucking well without number 41, and it shows that. So whatever Moisey does and sets up that low block, it shows that we can do it really well, and with the attacking players we've got going forward, we will score goals, and we make chances.
But don't you think that's the difference between this season and last season, though? That we were probably playing just as well in that defensive unit way,
just not scoring.
But we weren't taking our chances.
Yeah, true.
And it's a lot harder to watch for 90 minutes at 0-0 than it is when you're going 1-0 up, 2-0 up, 3-0 up. You don't see the ball for 15 minutes.
You don't give a fuck.
You don't give a fuck if you're winning, do you?
We've just won 3-1 against Chelsea and Brighton.
Unbelievable.
And do you know what happened at the end of the Brighton game? We went top of the league.
We did.
Top of the league for 5 minutes.
Yeah, not according to the Australian media though. They had Tottenham on top of the league.
Did they?
Yeah. So the next morning, they reported that Tottenham were top of the league. Just ignored the fact that another game's been played since that report.
My missus said she was looking at the table, same goal difference, and she said, "How come you're above Tottenham? Because T comes before W." And I said, "There's a rule within the Premier League that Tottenham can't go top because they're a bunch of cunts."
Yeah, I think
I agree.
There's probably some truth in that.
And she said, "Is that true?" I said, "No, it's not." But
fucking hell, I need her sister, mate. Because if she believes that, she'll believe anything. Jesus Christ.
But look, joking aside, the next game's Luton, as long as they've got the pitch back in order and the ground sorted out.
That could be getting postponed.
We win that game. We're 10 points from 4.
Who knows?
I'd be disappointed, to be honest.
I'd be very disappointed.
We were saying it as well.
And look, I think the probably the one thing to say to all the fucking negative people out there that talk about our style of play and everything, and I was speaking to Kingy before, is if we approach the Luton game as we have done the last couple, I think everyone will be a little bit pissed off because that's a team we should be going at.
Probably going to get more position in that game. So
you would think,
but that's what we're trying to say. Because against Brighton, you're not going to have much possession. Against Chelsea, you're not going to have much possession. So against someone like Luton, who's just come from the Championship, who's getting spanked every week, if we are not trying to play expansive football, that's when everyone's going to go, hang about, that isn't good.
Yeah.
That's not right. We need to be able to fucking dig at these, keeping the ball, fucking have a go at them. That's what we're trying to say.
But if we come away with 25% possession
and a 1-0 win,
and a 4-1 win, you're going to go, well,
it's a catch-22. Yeah, I agree.
Is, yeah.
Like, of course, I'd take that all day long.
It's the result.
I do want to see us have a fucking
yeah.
But
I think we will. I don't think we've bought these players without that in mind, and I think more as conservative as he is, I don't think he's adverse to playing decent football. I think he's damage limitations.
I don't think he knows what he's doing when he plays expensive football. No, I'm being serious. I don't think he knows.
He would have to walk in and say, "Look, I'm not going to manage today. Let's just go out and play."
Yeah,
because he wouldn't have a fucking clue.
No,
he'd be like, "You work it out yourselves. I just won't interfere today."
And I think that's where the Luton game's going to go.
Yeah.
So, right, look, Brighton, fantastic game, 3-1. I saw it coming because I said it. But we've got a few questions.
We do.
We have.
We do.
From our Facebook group.
So we got one from Gary Donovan. So Gary has concerns about the style of play, so defensive, and he feels better teams will exploit that. Are results papering over the cracks, or is it the way forward whilst Moyes is in charge, and what we'll be getting every week? I think we've probably covered that to an extent, haven't we?
I think so. And look, to be honest, I think if you're a West Ham fan and you can't enjoy moments like this, and you're looking at the negatives, you're probably supporting the wrong team. Like, I get papering over the cracks. What does that mean? That's suggesting that we're not a decent squad, we're not a decent team.
I think that term was used a lot in our European run last year, wasn't it? And it's
we've papered over the cracks by winning the fucking European trophy. I'd paper over the cracks every fucking year of my life.
Yeah.
Like, what are we expecting? So no, I don't think we're papering over any cracks. I think we are what we are, which is
we know what we are.
Yeah, we're massive. We're champions of Europe. We were top of the league. And look,
we're above fucking top of the league.
The league at the moment is how it should be. You've got the two teams at the top who've got the European trophies, and then you've got all the other figures underneath.
Exactly. Everyone else.
Yeah. So order's been restored. We are where we should be. We're a fucking great team, and we'll lose games. We'll lose games that we should win. We'll probably get fucking spanked once or twice, but
we've always been used to that, mate.
Exactly.
We're not expecting to win every game.
If you're complaining after back-to-back wins, 3-1 wins
against Chelsea and Brighton,
then you need another fucking job. Sorry, Gary, nothing personal, but lighten up, mate.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel better teams will exploit that. Well, we've got our bogey team and Chelsea. I mean, all right, as you alluded to last week, Chelsea are a bag of old shit. But they're a bag of old shit with a lot of money and a lot of resources, and we disposed of them. So put the bags out.
We won't lose to them. We'll get beat by fucking Brenton and fucking Luton.
Brenton?
Who's Brenton? So your mate.
No, we'll lose to teams that we shouldn't lose to.
It's not who you lost your semi to last week. You get all confused.
Carry on. Tony Martin.
Yeah.
So basically, long story short, how will the new players be utilised?
Right. So I just want to say a massive welcome to Mohamed Kudus. What a fucking signing!
Yeah.
He scores a hat trick in midweek for Ajax. I don't care about bloodline players. You fucking get that player playing now.
Absolutely.
Like, get him on a high, stick him in, and let him run riot in the Premier League.
I think our left-hand side is probably one of the areas that was up for debate anyway.
Yes.
And I think he comes straight in. And if we can keep Benny, keep him. There's talk of Fornals going.
There's talk of Benny and Fornals.
Yeah. I hope they don't. I think they're brilliant players to have.
Every great team has good squad depth.
But yeah, Kudus for me comes in and goes straight on the left-hand side.
Yeah, me too. And I think that will actually lift the possession as well, right? Because he'll want the ball, he'll want to run at them, and he'll want to create stuff. So things can only get better.
Could you imagine that? JWP, Paquetá, Alvarez, Kudus.
This was your wet dream, wasn't it?
Antonio up front. Oh my God.
So
you're looking forward to another semi?
Yeah, I think the ceiling's going to get redecorated. Actually.
Oh dear. Family-friendly show.
And I think we've seen with Alvarez and Ward-Prowse that they come in. Dinos, I think, it will be one of three centre halves.
We look like we've got a good the mentalities of the players that we've brought in are fucking unreal as well.
Yeah,
that's what I'm more excited about.
Good unit, isn't it?
Yeah,
camaraderie seems to be
massive. Massive. You notice that.
There's another question here. Tony Martin. That was
Tony Martin. Anthony Wakefield.
Yeah, go for it.
You want me to do it, or you?
You read
It's
it.
the sound of number 41 turning into a bit of a boost for the squad, as it looks like the team that it's been brought in has brought into Moyes' style.
That fucker, right, will be sat looking across at us now, thinking, not only do we look better, but he'll be thinking people are beginning to realise that I was holding that team back. I
don't agree. I don't disagree with you.
I say that half in jest, right? Because
I don't think he'll be thinking that.
No, I don't think he will.
It's a valid point.
It's
I think he's a flash arrogant.
Undeniable, he's a great player, but it does make you think. It does make you ponder whether we could have actually been better without him. And everything went through him. We've now got players in that can be the main man. You know, it's not all about him. And you look at how he's been since he's gone. He doesn't strike me now as a fucking humble fella. He strikes, like you said, he strikes me as arrogant. I don't think he gave a fuck about us as much as he let on. And honestly, you know, we're 6 weeks after he's gone, and he's fucking ancient history. We've got half a new team that have come in that have taken us. And look, we're 3 games in, so I'm not getting over the top about it.
What do you mean?
But the future looks bright. We've got
the future
quality players, and he's a twat. So
we've got 3 for the price of 1, right? Kudus, JWP, and Alvarez, right?
Yeah.
And you go, well, that has definitely kicked us on as a team. I think we talked on Alvarez earlier on and the difference between him and Declan Rice. It's like, well, Alvarez would actually do the job that we need done. Declan Rice was a luxury, right?
Yeah.
You know, you go, he's a great player, probably the best in the business.
How sad is that, though, that we're saying that a central defensive midfield player is our luxury? That's pretty sad, to be fair.
But it's the type of central defensive. We don't need that to kick on. You know, Arsenal or Man City need to do that to go from second to first place. I think what we need right now, we've got Alvarez that will come in and do that defensive midfield role very, very well from what I can see. Then you get the extra deliveries from JWP that, you know, we have not had that quality in the cross before. And then you're talking about a player in Kudus. You've had Real Madrid, we're putting in bids for him. Liverpool had half an eye. Chelsea had half an eye. Arsenal had half an eye. Brighton put in a bid and I think they got turned down. So,
but they can't fucking match Tim Stuyton's jet. Private jet. What do you think about private jet?
Fucking great, isn't it?
As soon as you see that fucking picture of him,
he's just going to try to fly around, cleaning up, bringing people home. We're fucking massive. And look, none of us are naive enough to think that we won't be sat here in 7 weeks when we're fucking 14th and we've just been beat 3.
Yeah, but at the moment we are the undefeated.
We are.
At the moment we're the undefeated YouTube Westham channel that hasn't been beaten. So we are fucking. We're going to go off these wins, mate. I'm telling you.
We're not going to 14th. I'll tell you why. It's all about momentum, right? Last year we didn't have it.
Yeah, you mentioned that was a fair point you raised.
You know, then you're spending the rest of the season trying to find that momentum.
If we beat Luton and we go at 10 points, I mean, you know, and I'm not applying a negative angle to this, but you talk about getting enough points for survival and taking the pressure off and everything. You're a quarter of the way there after 4 games.
I agree,
and that just sets the whole season up as well. That's not even an option. That's not in the equation now that we're going to struggle. So it takes the pressure off, and you can go and play.
But you know what?
Play low block, fucking defensive football.
It won't be plain sailing the whole season, right? Every team, bar Man City, is going to have a spell where it's tough. And you know, you look at the season where we started really, really well. And then we faded out towards the end. Last year, you know, we started really, really slowly and came in strong at the end. Now we're taking the momentum into this season. But you
look at the players we're going forward with, that's the difference.
I agree, but even you look at Liverpool, right? You look at Tottenham. When Liverpool fly, no. Hear me out. You watch Tottenham and you watch Liverpool, and when they're flying, you know, the smug little me at the back of my head goes, they'll fuck this up, because they will have that patch, because no team, unless you're Man City, can maintain that for, you know, 38 games plus all the cup games.
And Ange, Apostle Enablers, right, Apostle Neighbours, the ex is Australian.
I thought that was another Greek signing.
No. You're going to fuck it up at one point. And we're going to love it.
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate Tottenham.
Look, thank you for all your questions. There's a shitload of them on here, and we can't get through them all. I think that the next point, I fucking lost it already.
Paul Williams?
Paul Williams.
We'll skip past his one on. He says, who's our best signing so far? He's going with Tim. We've all just had a good old rant about Tim and his lovely private jet, so we probably agree with you there. But we got Leicester won the league a few years ago playing counter-attacking football. Do you believe another club can achieve this?
I think that caught everyone off guard. And I think Man City had a bad year, and I think Tottenham were always going to fuck it up, as fucking hate them.
Leave it. Move on.
Third in the 2-horse race.
But they had a great recipe. They had Vardy playing off the back.
Yeah.
And
they had a Golo Kante.
Yeah, N'Golo Kante, Mahrez. They had Hoof and what's the other fella at the back? Black.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Morgan.
Like you can't. They had that recipe and it won it, and we was all up for it. After we couldn't win it because we was up there as well. Yeah. As soon as we knew we couldn't win it, everyone wanted Leicester to win it.
But you know what? They shouldn't have won it, and the reason they shouldn't have won it is because Man City shouldn't have been so shit. And it was a perfect storm. No one else has won that league on that amount of points, right?
Yeah.
So what they did well was they just carried on doing their thing, and they just surged ahead.
So I think what Paul's asking is, can we win the league?
Can we win it? Yeah.
Of course.
I'll answer that.
Perfect storm is what you need.
No.
Go on. No. No. But you need a perfect storm.
Yeah,
right?
of course you do.
You need Man City to have a bad season. You need Declan Rice to break his leg, or number 41, as Ryan said.
If you ever say his name again,
but do you know what? No, Paul, we're not going to win the league, mate.
No.
But do you know what? Perfect storm, we could push for top 4.
Yeah,
I genuinely
agree.
believe that. Yeah.
And again, we need a perfect storm.
And I would settle for top 4, the Europa League and the FA Cup. I would, honestly. If you offer me that now, I'll snap your hand off.
Who wouldn't? You're not asking for much.
We've won one trophy. We've won one trophy in 43 years. Yeah. You think we're going to win one every year now? Great, fantastic.
No,
as I said, we are we've won every game since we've been doing the podcast.
Mate, so. if you can't fucking be optimistic and have a laugh.
Mate, you literally just said I'll settle for 3 really hot birds on rotation.
Yeah. Would you not?
Yes.
There we go.
Nice one.
There we go.
Right, let's go back to
it. Happy, mate.
Right, so is that the questions done?
Yeah, that's it for now.
So,
shout out, my brother's joined the Brisbane Hammers, and he made a suggestion.
No, he's joined what?
Oh, he's joined
Fortune's Hiding Down Under TV.
The Brisbane Hammers as well.
And he made a suggestion about us doing a all-time Premier League 11 special show, which I think we should do.
We'll be doing that.
But no, that's it in terms of questions.
Right, bringing it down to the show. Again, we're missing another person, Nath. We haven't had the
full complement.
The full complement of people here. Unfortunately,
we should have had on Monday, but on Thursday. Sorry, I just couldn't work the tech.
You couldn't get it on, yeah. But we will be back.
Good score rotation though, yeah.
We're back for our preview show on Thursday night.
We're going live with that?
Going live.
Yeah.
So questions, everything will be interactive, which will be great. But another thing is we're going to have polo shirts made up as well.
Yeah,
so we've looked at them today. We're going to have Fortune's Hiding Under down here, which is going to be a logo, and we're going to have massive in gold writing on the collars. They look fucking schmick, which is awesome. I'm really happy with how the YouTube channel is going, but I'd love some more subscribers. So the more subscribers we get, obviously it helps us massive. So yeah, I just want us to subscribe. Please like the videos and just share out to every person you know. But we are second in the fucking league, lads.
Yeah,
so,
undefeated.
Undefeated.
Champions of Europe.
Champions of Europe. Come on, your
Irons.